7 pounds gone in 5 weeks. Stick around to the end to see how this old guy is trying to get leaner.
Hey gang, welcome back to Mark's 60 Plus Fitness Journey. Now today is Thursday, April 28th, 2022, and it is time for another weekly update regarding my 7 pounds of body fat weight loss in 7-week program. Today is almost the end of week 5. Doing this a day early because not sure I'll be able to put this video together tomorrow due to scheduling conflicts. But I have to say, I'm feeling pretty jazzed about this and have been for the last couple of days. This week has been awesome, diet-wise. It's been very comfortable. Made some progress, not monumental, but gradual. And this gradual progress adds up to a pretty big change when compared to 5 weeks ago. Speaking of that, what I want to do is show you a comparison of today compared to 4 weeks ago when I did my first update, and show you where I stand and so forth and so on. And so let's go do that comparison real quick, and then we'll catch back up after that, and I'll show you on my whiteboard some other details, and we'll talk about what my plans are from this point forward. So let's go do this comparison. Here we go. As you can see on the left, it's me today, April 28th at 180.0 pounds. On the right, 4 weeks ago, April 1st at 185.2. Now remember, I started at 187. The right side is just the first documentation I have of my program here. Now last week I was feeling pretty good about my progress. And this week I'm feeling even better. Definitely leaning up. I'm feeling leaner. I can visually see it. There's some definition coming out in places I didn't see it last week. Still some problematic areas that this program will eventually address, like my lower outer pecs. That's always been a fat accumulation area for me. Definitely feeling good about my sides and obliques. Leaning up there. My waist is thinner. My lower abs seem to be melting away. Good stuff. Making progress. Now my back. This is a double-edged sword. The lower area is going to be the last holdout. I'm afraid it's going to be the bugaboo. I can see some, I think, some progress on the left, but we're still working on it. Now, the top half I feel good about. I can definitely see some more definition. It's starting to lean out. Feeling good about it. So, as I said, we're going to hold the course, and press on, and continue to make progress here. Now, one last check-in on my legs. I just want to see if I can discern any appreciable separation of the quad muscles. I think making progress there too. I've never really had a lot of fat accumulation in my legs. My body seems to hold fat from the shoulders down to the waist. Probably not the healthiest place, but it is what it is. So I'm happy. Just as an aside, my left leg here definitely still lagging my right in size, but I'm working on that. That's not for today. Today I just want to see if I can see any muscle separation. It's coming along. So there it is. That's today's update after 5 weeks and 7 pounds of body fat loss. Alrighty, so there was slow but steady progress. As I said, I'm pretty stoked about this. I think I did this fairly smartly. I developed me a plan, which I'll kind of elaborate on here in a minute. And that incremental progress week to week adds up to, a pretty good chunk of progress after 5 weeks. And I'm feeling good about it. I think, my initial plan was to go from 187 pounds down to 180. I think what I want to do now, having done this, is lose 5 more pounds, just to see if I can shed some more body fat in the troublesome areas, right here under my pecs, my lower back, and abs. Want to do that just to see if I can melt that fat off without sacrificing muscle or a whole lot of muscle, and without looking emaciated. So more to follow on that. So this is a little breakdown of where we were, where we started, and where we are. And on March 27th, when I started this, I weighed in at 187 pounds. My first update on April 1st, 2022, weighed in at 185.2. So already making some progress there. Now, my last week I did an update, and I'll link these updates down in the description so you can check these out too. I'm also creating a playlist for this too. Last update, I weighed in at 182, so that was some good progress there too. Now this week, for some reason, I didn't document the 23rd and the 24th, but the week since this, I've made some good progress. Not super crazy amounts of weight, but good progress downward. So today, on April 28th, I weighed in at 180.0 pounds exactly. That was my goal. So from 187 on March 27th to 180 pounds on April 28th. Yay me. And again, I'm pretty stoked about it. Didn't really suffer much with it. The diet seemed to work out pretty well. I think I did this in a controlled and safe and smart fashion by creating me I calculated my calorie deficit I would need to lose about a pound a week. And I will link that up here in the corner too, the how to calculate a calorie deficit video. So based on that calorie deficit calculator that I used, it told me, based on my activity level and age and whatnot, I should be at about 2,300 calories a day to lose about a pound a week. So that'd be like a 500 calorie deficit per day to lose about a pound a week. Now, this almost 5-week progress from 327 to 428, I'm down 7 pounds. That is my 7-pound goal done. And as I said, more to follow on that. I think I'm going to add 5 more pounds to it, but more to follow on that. Now, this entire thing is predicated on a macro breakdown of 40% of my calories coming from carbs, 40% of my total calorie intake coming from protein, and the remaining 20% from fat. And that's, close. I wasn't super picky about this, but that's the general range that I was in. So this can be done. I am not a special example by any stretch of the imagination, and I like food. I love food. So I was worried about that 2,300 calories a day because I was eating a lot more than that. I was well over 3,500 a day easily, and it started to show. It was adding some, slowly but surely adding body fat, and I think I jumped on that just in the nick of time, so it didn't become too overwhelming and too difficult to do. But like I said, if I can do this, I'm fairly certain you can if you desire to. Again, it's as simple as creating or calculating calorie deficit. Like I said, there's online calculators, and you can check out the video I mentioned on how I did it. Figure out what that number is, and use that as your baseline, and just start doing it. And don't be daunted by it. It's certainly doable. And once you start making progress, that snowball is rolling, and it's a lot easier to keep it going. Now, I also want to mention that I'm going to do what I eat in a day, just so you can kind of get an idea of what I was eating while I was doing this, or while I'm doing this. And just want to give you a little heads up. It's kind of funky, but it works for me. Matter of fact, I'm doing that today is what I'm eating on April 28th. But I'll put that together and show you what I'm eating as well to give you an idea. But that's it. And pretty stoked about it. And I want to say Thank you, as I always do, because I don't want you to forget that I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to stop by and visit me. Thank you. And if you would, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, consider clicking the subscribe button and come join our little group here. It would be fabulous to have you with us. And more to follow on this, so stick around, stay tuned. More workouts to come and whatever else pops in my head. So with that, I'll say, till next time, go get 'em. Mark out.